Hello, my fellow artists. Most of us have to wear loads of different hats as an artist before we get the luxury of delegating things to other people. And I didn't realize how much of an impact my experience as an entrepreneur and as a coach would have on how I advance in my music journey, because I really didn't think I was even going to pursue music in a career sense at first. It was just something I really loved. But because of my past, my natural way of thinking and being in this world kind of just led me to progress way further than I thought I would. And now I can see that building an artist life as someone who releases music and tries to connect to an audience, it's actually very similar to building a business. So I want to share a few things that can really help you step up into the role of the CEO of your own artist journey. And these things, in my mind, make it easier for you to see things from a bird's eye view, which helps you navigate your journey, your productivity, and make aligned decisions. The first thing that is really helpful is to define your hero's journey. Dreaming up the story you want to live helps your mind build kind of like a structural frame for your life that not only allows for setbacks, but can even make you thrive on them. And it can also be really helpful to figure out what role you want your music to play in your life. Do you want it to be something that's just for you? Or do you want it to be something that you're known for? Do you want it to be a hobby or a career? The hero's journey is ancient. It's what every story is built on. I'm sure you've seen it in Harry Potter, The Matrix, Star Wars. The structure is always the same. There's a hero, there's a challenge, and then there's a transformation. And then there's a return. It's universal for a reason. And now it turns out it's personally powerful too. And there's even research to back this up. I'll put the link to this paper in the description box below so you can check it out yourself. The researchers distilled the hero's journey into 7 elements. A protagonist, that's you. A major life shift. A quest or a goal. Allies along the way. Significant challenges. A transformation. And a legacy you're working towards. Then they developed a tool called the Hero's Journey Scale that measured how much someone saw their own life as a hero's journey. And it turns out that the more a person saw their own life through that lens, the more meaning they felt. And it wasn't just correlation, it was actually causal. So if you like to dwell on the past and you get stuck in thoughts about the bad things that happen to you and you see them as reasons why you can't do certain things, changing the narrative of your experience is super, super powerful. And it creates room in your perception that allows you to shift the trajectory of your life. And it's never too late to reframe your story. The study found that this works across all ages. Reframing your story like this helps you to connect the dots, especially when life feels random and overwhelming. And I feel like this is the definition of being an artist. Like, releasing your own music often feels like random and overwhelming. This is why I think this is so powerful for artists, because I think it's so much about how you relate to yourself and the narratives you give to yourself. And this can really set your trajectory. So I want to give you some questions to form your own hero's narrative. Grab a journal and feel free to pause the video if you want to do this right away. First question, what's your current quest? Second question, who are your allies? What challenge are you overcoming? How are you changing? Off to the next point. The second thing that continues to help me grow is get to know your own ingredients. And by that, what I really mean is get to know yourself and what makes you thrive, what makes you drained. Because once you know that, you can create circumstances that help you feel energized as opposed to drained within your artist journey. Like, for example, I know that I thrive when I have a mentor or a coach, and even more so if I'm in a group setting. Like, if there's people I can impress, then I just get this extra kick of energy. But I do have the tendency to retreat into my own cave and plow through things on my own and not ask for help. So I've had to learn to open myself up more and put myself into groups, and it just totally changed my game. So just ask yourself, what do you really enjoy doing? What do you dread? What comes really easy to you, and what takes a disproportionate amount of effort? When are the times that you notice you get extra energy, and what are the times you notice that you feel drained? How much time and energy do you have on your hands, and how can you use it for your best outcome? All of these questions are here to help you figure out what you're working with in terms of your own energetic ingredients and how to balance them with the demands you're facing in your life. Because the harsh reality is we only have so much energy and so much time, and life can just swoop you away with whatever happens in the moment. I personally have a really hard time focusing on too many different things, so I deliberately created a life that allows me to focus on the thing I'm pursuing. My partner and I made a conscious decision not to have kids, and I say no to a lot of different things because I just know I'd get overwhelmed really easily, and I wouldn't be able to stay true to what I want to do on this earth. But everybody's different. I'm coaching one artist, for example, who says she would hate to commit to one thing only, and she really loves doing a lot of different things, and it energizes her, and that's great too. So it's just about being honest with yourself and getting to know yourself and all of the deeper aspects within you, and then use that to create the circumstances you want in your life over time. The last and probably biggest contributor to my growth is connect to other people. I will never forget what a mentor told me when I first became a personal trainer in a big gym in Vienna. And it was when I very first started out as a self-employed person, and I was out to get clients on the gym floor alongside a team of around 50 personal trainers, and I was super young and new. And he said, get to know your peers first. Make friends and make yourself at home here in the gym. And I did, and it really set me up in the best way possible because those friendships I formed early on gave me a foundation for confidence and helped me feel like this was my place. And I knew what I was doing, which then made it really easy for me to show up strong and attract clients. And I think this is similar when you're an artist. I'd say it's nearly impossible to get anywhere in a vacuum. So find ways to connect to other artists and just create experiences around your music life. I know how hard it is to step out of your shell, especially when you're starting out and you don't feel very confident with your music yet. But I encourage you to put out your feelers for any human connection you can make in music, whether that be in person or online, and to just take small steps towards building friendships and collaborations and just generally connecting with other people through the realm of your music. And really all that growth is forming new connections in a network. And you can look at it in two different ways. Either you're growing personally by forming new neural connections in your brain as you act on things that are outside of your comfort zone, or you grow by connecting with other people and developing your personal music network that then holds you and elevates you as you grow within the collective. Because once you have artist friends and colleagues, it'll be harder to not make music, and you'll be creating the circumstances for more opportunities to arise and do more of the thing that you love. That was it. I hope this helped you step into more of a bird's eye view of your music journey. And if you're struggling to stay on top of your songwriting practice, I have something really exciting coming up for you. I'm going to be doing a write-along series where we'll write 10 songs in 10 weeks. Next week, I'll be posting the introduction video for that, where I'll tell you how it all works, and we'll get started with our first songwriting exercise on October 16th. And I would love to see you around for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next Thursday.